All right, welcome to The Real Story. A lot of people say that, I am a global warming denier, but nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, here you go, America. TiVo this and play it back to all your environmentalist nutjob hippie friends who say, I hate the Earth and who hate me. Here it is. The Earth is getting warmer. Bloop, bloop, bloop. The Earth is getting warmer. But that's really not the question. The real story is that virtually no one is debating the Earth's temperature. We all know the Earth has a fever. We're just questioning what to do about it. And I want to share something that I like to call the logic tree. And it encompasses all of the decisions that you, the American citizen, need to make before you start spending money to fix global warming. First, is the Earth still warming? I already said yes, so we move on. 2, are we sure who or what is responsible for that warming? That's really where I stop because I think the jury is still out. But let's just say for the sake of the argument, we are sure. Now you've got to figure out if throwing money at the problem can solve it. You know, a lot of supposedly very smart scientists say that it's already too late. But again, for the sake of argument, let's just say, yes, we still can stop it. All right. Next question then becomes whether this is the best use of our money. In other words, can the money that we spend save more lives if we spend it on other things like, I don't know, eradicating malaria or tuberculosis or AIDS? Again, let's make the leap and say that global warming is the best use of that money. Now we have to decide exactly where to spend all that money. And I want the government, politicians, and the UN to make that decision. But for those who don't, there are a lot of ideas out there. Which one do we actually fund? And finally, we have to make sure that those solutions won't unintentionally create other problems. So if all of that is true, then go ahead, spend the money. Have the UN spend it all they want. I believe we're a long, long way away from that last step. But there are a lot of other people who are apparently already there, ready to spend your money on unproven solutions. Example, watch this. The New York Times ran an article this morning about a new commercial venture to combat global warming by dumping iron into the ocean with the hope that it will grow plankton. They write, quote, but even though many questions remain unanswered, the ship plans to dissolve tons of iron over 2.47 million acre area of the ocean. You know what, America? I have an idea. How about we answer those questions before we start dumping iron into the water? It's the same thing with those crappy fluorescent light bulbs that environmentalists are all trying to get the entire world to switch to. I'm glad that they last longer, I really am. They bother my eyes, but that's a different story. The fact that mercury from those bulbs vaporizes and is absorbed into plants and animals and soil when they're thrown away, that's kind of a problem, isn't it? You watch, as soon as we all switch, mark my words, the environmental groups will all start screaming about how we're poisoning the environment with mercury. You think I'm kidding? Already happening in Canada. The only thing worse than ignoring a problem is creating more of them when you try to solve it. But with global warming, that's exactly what we're doing, and nobody seems to care. Steve Milloy, he's the head of the Free Enterprise Action Fund, runs the website junkscience.com. Steve, first of all, are you in bed with big oil? And if so, how good in bed are they?
Not in bed with anyone, just trying to do the right thing on climate change.
Tell me the story, and I swore that this was an urban legend. Just heard about it, had it tracked down by the producers, and that's why you're on tonight. Tell me the story about the woman in Maine with the fluorescent light bulb.
Well, this is reported in the Ellsworth American. This poor woman, Brandy Bridges, was switching out of her incandescent bulbs and into compact fluorescent light bulbs, CFLs, because they're going to help save us from global warming. And she accidentally dropped the bulb that she was replacing in her daughter's bedroom. Now, she knew that there was something odd about the bulb. She knew they might be somewhat more dangerous, so she called Home Depot to find out what to do. Well, they told her to call the Poison Control Center. Poison Control Center told her to call the Maine Department of Environmental Protection. Maine Department of Environmental Protection sent a specialist out to her house.
Wait. This has got to be an urban legend.
No.
This is true?
Yes.
The EPA came to help clean up a light bulb?
Oh, this is not the end of it. Okay, so the Maine EPA tells her that, well, you need to have a specialist come out here and clean this up. So she found a specialist to come out and give her an estimate, $2,000 to clean up a light bulb. The specialist found that the level of mercury in her daughter's bedroom was 6 times as high as the main standard for being safe.
Holy
so now
cow.
this woman is trying to put together the financing to clean up
That's
because
what I do. I sweep it up into a little dustbin and bury it in my neighbor's backyard because they're a hippie freak.
All because
That's what I do.
all because she wanted to save $5 a year on an electric bill.
Oh my God! You know the problem is the solutions sometimes make things worse. We've done this with additives to gasoline. We did it with the CFCs. We fixed the ozone layer, but haven't we made greenhouse gases like 10,000 times worse?
Oh, yeah, we do this all the time because we just fall for environmentalist alarmism. You had a great example in the intro with the plankton. You know, there's innumerable examples like this.
I got to tell you, that one spooks me. Thanks a lot, Steve.